I want to teach a really important financial lesson that I think most people don't know through this experience that I've had, that I've actually done multiple times. Let's go back to, I'm in college. It's 1999. I am at K-State.
Did you party like it's 1999?
I probably was partying a little more than I should have been
Uh-huh.
in 1999. So I'm at K-State University in the middle of Kansas, and so I have to get all my books for school, my first semester in college. I go into the bookstore and buy all these books, and I realize, oh man, this cost me over $1,000 to buy these books. They were all $100, $150 or whatever.
Yeah.
In this process,
And this was in 99. What do you think it's like now?
I don't know, more, I would
Worse,
think.
yeah.
So in this process, I discovered, wait a minute, I could buy these used and save some money. And then as I did that, and then anyway, a whole bunch of pieces came together, and I realized, wait a minute, I can sell them after I'm done with them for pretty much the same price as I buy them if I buy them used, and then immediately sell them really quick for the kids who are getting ready to turn around to the next semester. And so I discovered this, and then I instantly transitioned from whatever, spending $1,000, $1,500 a semester on books to being able to almost get all my books for free because I was able to buy and sell them for about the same price. And that led me to, this is amazing. How do I do more of this? How can I get this in more of my life, more areas of my life? That was kind of the transition there.
Yeah.
I discovered eBay. I discovered Craigslist. And I realized, wait a minute, we can do this with a lot of stuff. We can be buying things used that hold value, use them for a few years, and then sell them off. And so just a few notable examples of things that I've successfully done this with: a riding lawnmower, a 5x8 trailer, which I bought off Craigslist. We can get into that story. A handful of different tools, like power tools and things like that, guitars, like audio equipment, like microphones and stuff like that, a motorcycle and a scooter. There's just been a lot of stuff. And these are like some bigger things, but also even some clothing items. I think some electronics. And electronics are tricky because they go down in value really quickly. But my favorite one that I was so excited about for a long time was what we affectionately call our bubble Taurus. And this is a story that I wrote about in our upcoming book, which is going to be coming out in February. I'm really excited about. But essentially, my sister was trading in her car to the dealer so she could buy it. The dealer was going to give her $1,000 for this old bubble Taurus. If you remember, I'm going to just flip over and show you this bubble Taurus because you might remember seeing these on the road.
Well, for those who are watching, if you're listening, where could they find this?
I don't know. Go over to YouTube or Instagram. But anyway, so this was my bubble Taurus that I bought off my sister for $1,000. So the reason I bought it, and just giving you a little bit more into the mindset and psychology of how I was thinking about this, at the time, we had two fairly old cars that weren't super reliable. I realized they're not going to last forever. And when they go out, when the engine blows or whatever, probably going to have to race to buy a car because we both worked at jobs a half an hour away.
In opposite directions, yeah.
Yeah, and this was pre-Uber. We just needed a dependable car to get to work. And so at this point, I realized, all right, so if I have to go buy a new car when the engine blows in this one, transmission blows in this one, then it's going to cost me a good chunk of money because I'm going to be in a rush. I'm not going to have time to really search. And on top of that, my sister had taken impeccable care with her car. I knew this car was in great shape, had been really well taken care of. I realized I could get this for $1,000. I know it's in great shape. There's no way when I'm shopping for a car that I could find one as reliable as this for $1,000. And so I ended up paying her $1,000 to buy this car instead of letting it trade into a dealer.
And I was like, you're crazy. Can I just have the $1,000? Because we had two cars at the time.
Yeah, we didn't. It was a third car. Like, we didn't
take
need
the money.
it.
Yeah.
But I viewed it as an insurance policy, basically on these other two cars just coming to the end of their life pretty soon.
Yeah, which happened.
Yeah, right?
Pretty soon after. It wasn't that long. So we were like, well, that car is dead now.
The engine, the
no
head gasket
sense in
blew.
Reviving it, yeah.
Yeah, like it was basically told the head gasket blew on the engine, would have been many thousands of dollars to fix. And,
didn't you sell it to somebody?
I sold it to the mechanic.
For like $50 or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
He's like, I'll give you $50. But I was like, okay, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. Maybe could have gotten a little bit more out of it. But anyway, so the engine blows in that car, and then I take this Taurus and start driving this around. I ended up driving this Taurus for about 5 years, and then I ended up selling it for...
And you guys, he loved it.
I didn't like the way it looks.
Well, not the outside of it, but you love driving that car.
So it actually had a really big engine. Surprisingly, some of these Tauruses actually were fast, and this
And
one
you
was
liked
fast.
it was worn in and
Oh, I love broken in
broken.
cars, and we'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, so I ended up selling this car for $1,000 after driving it for 5 years. And I was like, this is awesome. This is a financial victory for the record books.